guys, Lewis here from the Journey Deal. So as you can see behind me, we are at Seaworld, and I envisioned this location because I wanted to see how the safety, security measures, and all the standard procedures that have been updated for this park have been going along. Now I've waited a couple of weeks just to be safe. I didn't want to come here the first couple of weeks, and it was actually 4th of July weekend yesterday, so I didn't want to be here when it was extremely crowded. So today is July the 6th. We'll be walking around checking the stuff that they've done here. So let's go inside. Okay, so we're now waiting in line. Floors are marked here. You can download the park map.
Entertain here at Seaworld.
Okay, you got the temperature screening. Looks like it's a camera or something. Now the park doesn't officially open till 10 a.m. It's already 9:30, but we're going to go ahead and keeping our social distancing. We'll stand on this line, and it looks like they got all these spots here on the floor to. Now sent inside to the Seaworld store to look for this mask. How cool is this? It looks like a bunch of teeth. Okay, just like some of the other places we've seen, there's one way in and only one way out. There we go. Okay, so with all the mishap of all this COVID-19 stuff, our tickets were actually upgraded from the silver to the gold. So we're actually going to go here to guest relations and upgrade our ticket. Okay, so here it is. Here's where I got my upgraded, I guess, ticket. My silver is still the same, but they give me this additional ticket, which is the one that I'll be using inside for shops or anything that I need to buy with the upgrade. So far, for distancing, everybody's been keeping their space, which has been great, and I've seen actually no one without a mask yet. Now, even for viewing some of the animals here, they got the markings on the floor to make sure that people keep their distance. Plenty of stations I see all over the place. Okay, for smaller shops, the same thing. Enter in one direction and exit out the other. Everybody is keeping their space here. Look at this. This is how it should be. Great job, guys. Great job. There's Atlantis. In case you want to get extra wet. Okay, so we're gonna head into the shop that's behind me, and the reason that I like this shop is that there's a really cool glass floor that you can walk on top, and it's got some fishes and some other fun stuff. Of course, it's SeaWorld, so we're gonna have fishes everywhere, but this one's extra cool. Let me show you what I'm talking about. There it is. Now, you haven't heard about Atlantis. It's actually the ride with a drop here. As you can see, and I think it's actually 60 feet. I think Splash Mountain is 50, and this is 60, but this one you're guaranteed to get wet, guys, because there's a couple of parts where the water literally just comes over into the boat. I'm not going to do it today because I don't want to walk around with my butt wet, but it's a great ride because inside the tower back here, this building, it's actually like a half roller coaster, and then you got the water portion, which is this part here, which is really cool. Regarding Atlantis, it is open, just that they're doing some fine tweaking and cleanings on the ride before they open it, but it is open. Okay, so far, so for the rides, I had seen that they don't have any markers on the floor, which is strange because some of them are like the most popular rides, like the Kraken and Mantra, which is the one that we walked by inside. They didn't have any types of markings on the floor. From Antarctica to Paris, it's 16,708 kilometers. To London, because Christchurch, it's only 3,832. Not bad. Okay, now another thing to note is they have gone completely digital on the maps. There are no maps. Okay, so we found that first face covering relaxation zone, so you can actually come in here, take your mask off, chill out a little bit. Okay, we're coming up on what I like to call the food area because it's just packed with food places, shops, another bunch of goodies. And for example, here you got hot dogs, and there's a really big food place here. Obviously it's closed due to the time. It's only like 10:30 right now, but this place is the place to go to for all the goodies. And of course, pearls and collectibles, which I think is probably Gilda's one of her favorite shops. Okay, we're gonna head inside to the Shark Wreck Reef, which is where we walk with all the sharks all over us, which is a really cool thing that you guys have to do. Okay, in we go, and I am loving that they have all these sanitizers all over the place, which is perfect. And they got these signs all over the place as almost in the entrance of all the places I've gone to so far. Long before dinosaur, long before birds, long before humans, there were sharks. How beautiful this is. And if you're stopping, you can see that they got the markers here on the floor, so you know to keep your 6 feet distance.
Long before dinosaurs, long before birds, long before humans, there were sharks.
There are more than 450 different types of sharks.
He's behind me,
A
right?
tiger shark swims with its mouth open, exposing multiple rows of shark and swings its toothy snout back and forth to injure them. Why do you think its mouth is underneath its body?
I'm not sure if it's the area where I'm at, but I find that there's very little people today, and or they all ran to a ride that I do not know of, because many times I'm around places where there's literally nobody. Let me flip the camera for you. So where'd everybody go? Now, remember this stations, they actually had here where you can actually press these touch screens. They're like little games that you can do to save the animals, and they're always related to the ride that was next to them. For example, there's one over there. All these look like they've been disabled. Okay, let's go into Sesame Street land. Okay, talk about empty. Look at this. Now the photo of Elmo and Friends, it looks like this is closed. This place is perfect for photo ops. We all know these stairs. I'm not sure if there's going to be anything like parades or meet and greets. The meet and greet that used to be with Elmo, that is closed. You can see that the doors were locked. Some of the shops were open, as well as some of the food places, but it's still early, so I don't want to go and jump to conclusions and say that everything's going to be closed. But yeah, that was a pretty empty Sesame Street land. Now most of the shops here on the waterfront shore are actually open, in case you need to get your shopping on. But the carts of food, they used to have some carts out here. Looks like those are gone. And there's over there the Seafire Grill, which is where we had our experience with the Count and the other characters, which is awesome. I hope hopefully they bring that back this year, because it's a must-do if you guys have the opportunity to do so. Okay, now usually would go out through here next to where the people are coming in, but they have instructed us that now the exit is over here. That way we don't have anybody crossing in front of anybody. So, which is fine, because I'm actually in preferred parking, which is literally right there. So that's it here from Seaworld. Hopefully you enjoyed these clips and you can see what changes have now been put in effect since the park opened. I personally felt very safe, so I don't have any issues. I know people were complaining about people not having the mask on and stuff like that. I only saw a couple of people with the mask underneath the nose, but as for seeing people without the mask entirely, I saw no one, which is awesome. The people that did have it underneath the nose, there was a couple of cast members or employees that had some flags and saw them. They called them out, so they had to put it up. But besides that, everything was great. Everything, I felt safe. Most of the stores were open. Some of the little shops that were in the middle were closed. Some of them were there, some were moved. But all in general, it was a really good experience. 2 thumbs up to SeaWorld, and that's it from here. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Until then, guys, stay awesome. See ya. Bye.